Welcome, one and all, folks and fellas. Tonight we have the 8th tourney of the Super Smash Bros. Crusade CMC plus CPU tournament series, Who Reigns Richest? Our roster theme for this one is Magic Meisters. Masters of the mystical, scientists of the supernatural, or just boring like that. These casters are lined up and ready to put their spells to the test to try and summoning forth that winning gold. To introduce tonight's money-making mashers, we have Count Black, Dr. Doom, Palutena, Gardevoir, Marissa Kirisame, Edward Elric, Megalore, Princess Zelda, Blaze, Naruto, Atsuko Kagari, Arl Naja, Shantae, Misaka Mikoto, Sans, and Homura Akemi. These matches will be one round single elimination. Whichever competitor has the most coins by the end of 3 minutes will move on to the next round. No items, random stages, final smash on. With our fighters at the ready and the conditions set, it's time to see who reigns richest. Whoops, a little behind. Why is it doing that? A little behind the scenes there. I don't care to redo that entire intro. So we'll get straight into it after I unmute the volume here. I remember saying last time eventually I'll get some hotkeys going. Not just yet. Do that. Do this. That was loud. I feel like the volume did reset on a few of these things. But this is fine. So, first up, we have Count Black versus Dr. Doom, who should be on this side. Two big-time villains. One who, what is it, stole for the prophecy to ruin the world. The other who's just fucking evil. He's just evil. We set the first match into motion.
3, 2, 1.
We got an interesting stage here, pretty wide and open. Now, Dr. Doom being brought directly over from, I forget which Marvel vs. Capcom fighter, one of the ones for the arcade. We already saw a big move from him with whatever that whatever that big beam was. I'm getting the feeling that Dr. Doom is going to have more explosive attacks, but Count Black here may just be the wild card, I say, as he's blasting off into the sunset. It is still early in the match, so that KO honestly does not matter. That move right there, that one's a little bit scary. If it has enough knockback at the end, at the very end of it, which it seems like it, at higher percents, that's going to do some dangerous damage to Count Black. What are you charging up here? Was that a slow? Oh, he's charging up a slow? Okay. It would be useful if he did something with this. Unfortunately, it seems like Count Black never really was a fighter. He did have a singular boss battle in the singular game that he is present, and then goes on to be usurped by his minion. So it's going to be a challenge to see if he can pull out any fancy tricks with that rod, or if Dr. Doom is just going to keep up this pace the entire time. Because Count Black is down to 18 coins, Dr. Doom is up at 107. First stock. We've seen crazier things here, but I'm not expecting much from the Count here. I mean, what you gotta do to be a Count? You're just boring into it sometimes. You raise up some ranks. I'm pretty sure he's not even a real count. The doctor, though, he studied for that degree. If his actual last name is Doom, I haven't looked that far into this fighter's background, but I feel like he wouldn't care. He would have just changed it to that anyway. So, despite being so far ahead earlier, if Count Bleck is able to pull out a few cheekier moves on Dr. Doom here, then it may not be as desperate of a game as it was first looking in the first minute there. That being said, Count Bleck still has to put in that work as we're down to the last 10 seconds. It's about 20 coin difference, and Count Bleck, you're gonna need to do something besides wave that wand around. But unfortunately, it seems like that's all he can do, as Dr. Doom wins the first match. All right. What is the stream going all right? Don't tell me I'm having more encoder issues going on. I'm going to assume things are okay for now. And start loading up the next match of Palutena versus Gardevoir. The divine one and only versus one of many. We'll see who can take it with this match. Now, obviously, being a goddess, you would think Palutena has it in her. In the same vein, I feel like every Gardevoir fan who's more than just that kind of fan is gonna be saying Gardevoir can pull out the black hole. Don't forget about the Gardevoir black hole. Did you know that in the Pokédex, Gardevoir can pull out a black hole? There's no black hole move in Pokemon. And it sure would be helpful if Gardevoir could magically pull that out. But unfortunately, it's looking like Palutena's got a decent coin lead, but not enough to really matter. We saw in the last match, you know, there was a big difference, and one KO did it all. Right now, Gardevoir is was comboing Palutena. Commentator's curse. Alright, alright. We note things a little bit too late. But we're still here for the rest of the match. We still got another 1 minute 50 seconds. Palutena kind of waiting to come down. She's learned her lesson from a few seconds ago, where Gardevoir was just juggling her on this left platform. And Palutena, it's her turn now. It's her turn to do some juggling. Unfortunately, she dropped that juggle, and now Gardevoir is back down below. Gardevoir does have some decent range on some of their moves. Not all of Gardevoir's moves. Palutena has either medium range or big range. Gardevoir apparently just has huge knockback. We can take that too. Gardevoir is this an... Okay, this is the second Pokemon we've seen now with some kind of aura boost. I'm not sure what exactly this one is doing. Possibly an offensive trait. Hopefully offensive. Because that's exactly what Gardevoir is going to need to do anything for the rest of this match. 60 to 110 is not the worst. But it still is a large amount to overcome. Both of these fighters have been dropping large amounts of coins. So it really does feel like a matter of time. If Gardevoir is able to carry this kind of momentum going forward, Palutena's at 85%, but only 25 seconds left. It's going to need to be more of that Gardevoir magic to not just combo Palutena, but KO her in the last 12 seconds. Both final smashes on deck. Gardevoir. There's the black hole! There's the black hole! There's the black hole! Gardevoir believers! You were right! Gardevoir believers were right. There's the black hole! Moving on to the next round is Gardevoir. Now, it was because of the final smash, but we take it. The competitors take whatever they can get. Speaking of taking whatever they can get, up next we have Marisa Kirisame versus another short, blonde magic user who is more so trained, I suppose, who snuck their way into a few too many spells, Edward Elric. Now, is that the entirety of why these two are matched up against each other? A little bit. Just a little bit. We've got a somewhat interesting stage here. We've got a lot of platforms. So, any kind of high knockback but low combos aren't really going to be doing much for the competitors on this one. Like, we see those coins that were just sitting up there. They don't think to pick those up. We're already seeing a few interesting moves here. Marisa seems to have some dashes with her broom and a few star shooting spells. Meanwhile, Ed, we've only seen him punch and throw rocks. My bad. Shoot rocks. I should be specific here. He's what is it? Alchemy to reposition them very fast. Okay. Well, alchemy versus magic here. And really, the most alchemy that's going on here is Ed just throwing his metal fist into Marisa. We've got was that Alphonse that I saw there for a glimmer of a second? Is Ed already calling in the cavalry for some support? I mean, he is winging. Right now, he is winging. Marisa is not doing a good job on cleanup. And with these close blast zones, I'm feeling a KO soon. Unless these fighters are gonna stall it out. Okay, Edward, chill. We get that you can do a little movement. We get that you can dash around. We get it. You're at 172. Alright, it may just be that all he needs are those rocks to get through this competition. Maybe a little bit support. But that's a KO from the top, and that's all the gold. Come on, Marisa. Okay, it's a tied game down to the last minute. And Edward cleanly took all of those coins. Like, you would think that's a human player who's picking all of those up. But I assure you all, this is not me in the pilot seat here for Edward. I've got my hands on a nice, refreshing water bottle. And it seems like whatever Marisa pulled out, it's not going to be helpful. Marissa needs to get a kill in these last 20 seconds. Can the final smash do it? Hyper Spark. And it is! Okay, the game is close. Ed's final smash is no longer on deck. The final spark was what she needed. This is in fact a test of the fighter's entire kits. Final smash is included, and that's exactly what Marisa needed in this match to win. Moving on to the next round is Marisa Kirisame. Now, up next is Mangalore versus Princess Zelda. Now, originally, when I was setting all this up earlier, I noticed a little flub. I noticed that it was Black Mage who was enlisted in this tournament, the cheeky little bastard sneaking his way in, when originally he was in the HQ sponsored tournament. And he won that one. I would rather not have a repeat. So we kind of had to, we had to call in Zelda. We had to make sure that she was available. you know, Princess of Wisdom. She does all the magic stuff in the Zelda series. Like, come on. This is what she's here for. And they're taking it to the forest maze? This is a stage we have not seen before, with a special quality. Now, these fighters can go to an extent. They cannot go too high, but they can go left and right, and they can warp around the stage. Of course, this sets it apart from a normal walk-off, but you can still, if you are in a knockback, or rather, yes, if you are in hit stun and you are going across that border, then you will be KO'd. Now, it's not looking great for Magolor, who's kind of throwing around a bunch of attacks, but he's not doing anything afterwards. He's not comboing into them, he's not picking up the coins, he's not doing much. He just throws out a spell and then runs around. Maybe we're putting too much on Magolor, and maybe it is in fact Zelda who is skillfully evading them. Using that Triforce of Wisdom for something for once in the entirety of the Legend of Zelda series. The Legend of Zelda series, which almost all entries, almost all of them, sometimes the Zelda in those games do something, but other times, she doesn't. Let's be real. She just gets kidnapped. Or is rather held prisoner. Or is doing something else to learn some big spell to seal off Ganon forever. She is proving a lot more capable so far in this match. We'll see if he can continue forward as there still is a minute. And we've been seeing a lot of switching around from first to second. Or rather, from winning to losing. There's no third place. Now, with Zelda gathering up all of these coins this early, she's going to be dropping all of those gold. And then Magolor sees it fit to send himself off the top of the stage? Oh, buddy. His recovery is so good that he's self-destructive. And Magolor, I don't think is moving on at this rate. Last 25 seconds, with Zelda at an incredible lead right now, a great position of 23%. We've seen turnarounds in the past few matches, but I don't think there's going to be a turnaround this time. Let's be honest. In the last 6 seconds, Magolor chooses to give up. I guess Magolor wanted to go to the losers tournament as Zelda moves on. Now, following that questionable act, we have Blaze the cat versus Naruto. We've got cat versus fox. Fire versus wind. As far as I'm concerned, at least. I don't know what else Naruto is throwing around. I'm sure he's got more going on. But it's more of a matter of, like, it's Naruto. You see Naruto, you think two things. You think three things. The first thing is believe it. The second thing is Rasengan. And the third thing is Shadow Clone Jutsu. We're gonna see all of those tricks from him. And from Blaze, what we're going to see is a lot of fire. Now, it is worrying that whatever Fire Dash Blaze had right here is sending her off into the side. Now, self-destruct plays don't always fail, if I can let everyone in on that. And that is possibly, just ever so possibly, me trying to cope with the fact that Blaze has self-destructed twice, thrice, in the first minute. It's not impossible. All right. For the Blaze believers, here's how I see it. Naruto gets fattened up with coins, right? And then around the end of the match, Blaze finally gets the KO. She self-destructs first because it's going to be off of the fire run dash, whatever you want to call it. And she's going to be out first, and then it's going to be Naruto. And as Blaze respawns first, she's going to gather up all the gold that Naruto is going to drop. That's the only way I see Blaze winning this match. Because right now you're like, oh, but Meryl, she's up to 54 coins. That's only 50 away from Naruto. And to which I want to say to you again, Blaze has self-destructed 3 times in this match. She's avoided it for right now. Maybe she's smart enough that maybe it's not the right play to do. And she even stops herself there. Maybe she just needed that stopgap. Maybe she needs to use it in the right position. Or maybe it might not be happening for Blaze. Naruto might simply have that dog in him. 30 seconds, Blaze down to 60, Naruto up to 180. The Blaze Believer's plan is still in effect, but not for long. Naruto, on the other hand, just has to survive. Just has to live for a little bit longer. 10 seconds. That's all he needs. And, like we said, does Blaze pick up the coins? Nope. She's throwing in the last few jabs. I'll be honest, folks, even if that stage did have walk-offs, or rather, did have ledges, I'm not sure that would have been any different. Whoops. That will be Naruto moving on to the next round. And to follow up that act, we have... Oh, where are they? Oh, where are they? Atsuko Kagari and Aro Naja. Two whimsical young magic users, you could say. Now, would you consider Puyo Puyo to be magic use? If you've seen the combos that some of those Puyo Puyo players do, I think you would also consider it a little bit magical. And as for Akko here, well, you can't say she doesn't use magic, right? She does, in fact, at some points, use magic. Now, is she the professional at it? Maybe not. But you know, in a Magic Fighter tournament, we need representation of all kinds. So here, interesting, Arl has set up a few Puyos. It is Puyo singular, as far as I'm aware. And they almost both fall off the stage. It is, unfortunately, just Arl. She lost a few coins off of that, but the match is honestly still pretty close. Arl did not lose a lot from that match. I am interested to see what Arl is able to set up with these Puyos. Is there some kind of combo? Is it like a blast that she sets off? I hope she shows off some of it, because right now it's just a few obstacles that are going to be loitering around the stage. And honestly, she may just have better moves. Like, whatever that throwing downwards of the Puyo was, that was working pretty well. The Wind Tornado, just completely capturing and disabling, that's just the Hyrule Temple, or rather, Hyrule Castle Tornado. She just has that in her moveset. Forget the Puyos, I would just become a Wind Mage. Arl, you have so much potential here. And the match is somewhat showing that, but Akko is not going down without a fight either. She is nothing if not persistent. Whimsical, you could say that too, but persistent, most certainly. She gets that KO, and we've got a few coins dropped. She picks up some of them. And is already back to dealing some damage. The match has been close this entire time. It's just a matter of coming down to the wire here. Maybe not so much a KO, but who's going to be able to pick up the most scraps in these last 15 seconds? Actually, Akko might get a KO with this much aggression. Hello? Even if she doesn't pick him up in the last 5 seconds. 4, 3. And the winner is going to be Akko. All right. And with that match aside, we have Misaka Mikoto, who is down here, right above Akko, versus Shantae. We've got another video game magic user versus anime magic user. Well, I suppose calling Misaka a magic user is a little bit generous. I have not watched much of a, what is the series called? A specific scientific railgun. It's, she's got heightened abilities, and she's just so smart that she can project electricity, because electricity and railguns. She just does that shit. Now, we do have another walk-off stage, but I don't believe either of these competitors are going to have any moves that are too detrimental to that. Now, Misaka is throwing out some good kicks, an incredible recovery that doubles into a massive pillar of an attack. A rapid flurry of attacks. Has Shantae done much noteworthy this match besides just keep up? Okay, Misaka, you tried. You almost had something. Just stick to the normal moves. I think you'll be fine. Okay, you want to be fancy about it. It didn't get the KO. It got some damage though. Good for you. Good for you. Shantae, you're gonna need a little bit more than those clouds to do something here. I wish these fighters would get off the side of the stage. You know, I still believe in the value of this stage, but if it gets too bad with something like that, this may not be a returning stage. Shantae gets KO'd at 184% halfway into the match. It doesn't bode well for what Misaka will be able to do later on, and considering she's at 101%, only about 60 not even 60, only 30 some coins ahead of Shantae. Okay, we've got another KO on board. I think all Misaka needs to do at this point is survive. Meanwhile, Shantae needs that KO. She needs the KO Misaka very close to the side. But Misaka, with her incredible recovery move, is just going to keep dodging it every time. Even the bounce on the girder is a damage. Even that's a hitbox. And she escapes yet again. Shantae. Okay. Very nice. Good moves. Alright. What did that do for you? What did that do for you? Shantae? I would love to know what the little dance did for you besides appeal to the fans when you are 130 coins behind. Yep, I'm not seeing it go any other way here unless we get a surprise KO in the last 5 seconds.
4, 3, 2, 1.
The winner of this match is Misaka. Which brings us to the final match of round 1. A bit of a quirky one. Homura Akemi versus Sans. The fans love these characters. The fans love Homura, and everybody to some degree loves Sans. Let's be honest. So let's see if this far too well-armed magical girl can hold a candle to the cheapskate Sans. Homura? Homura? What's the move here? Homura? Homura seems to be a little bit stuck. Is this another ploy by Sans to simply trick her down there? Okay, she finally escaped. She finally got out of there. Unfortunately, it's straight back into this flurry of... What was that? Was that Sans or was that Homura? Either way, it is showering bronze. That is Sans' one gimmick. The moves are medium to low knockback, but at 247%, I think the matter of knockback does not matter that much. It's just a matter of getting the moves that throw her around. Homura needs to shoot Sans straight in the head. It's not like the econ with this game is going to be too high because it's almost entirely Sans dropping bronze. Alright, we got a good move from Homura. That did send Sans flying. While he does all of this damage, Sans is very susceptible to knockback moves. That is what Homura is going to need to pull out. Any kind of rockets, the grenades to finally land. Anything, girl. And the hover. Because of course Sans needs a hover, right? Because of course Sans has a hover. Homura. Sans is going to be a menace for the rest of this tournament. Can you do anything to stop him here? It's just a spinning bow one after another. The coin counts are close. It's just a matter of, can Homura pick them all up? Wait, we got a rocket? And Sans is floating back to the stage. One more blow, Homura. And that's going to be some incredible lead that you can get on this man. And it's not enough. 9 seconds, 8 seconds. 2 coins off. Anything. The winner is Sans. Moving on to the second round. All right. Well, after that stunning display, we are finished with round 1 and halfway through the tournament. And on to round 2. We will be first adjusting this. And on to round 2. We have Dr. Doom versus Gardevoir. A matchup I honestly was not anticipating. Both of these competitors both have some good combos at play. Dr. Doom just kind of has big moves that combo into each other because you're just sent into so much knockback. We're back to this stage. Okay. But Gardevoir also just has a good range as well. Dr. Doom cleverly navigating across these projectiles, but yet to land any solid blows himself. This one platform being the singular deciding factor with so many of the matchups that end up here. Because there's no ledges to go off of. It's platform or an open field. Gardevoir, again, as soon as you are above Gardevoir, it's just fast moves that hit hard. And even when you're below Gardevoir, they have a few moves to actually, oh, we have a different boost this time. I'm not quite sure what blue means. Or is that turquoise? Would we say that's turquoise? I think we could say that's turquoise. But, Gardevoir kind of whipping around Dr. Doom to an extent. Like, sure, it's only upwards for now, but eventually, the angle is gonna be just right. That isn't to say Dr. Doom is out of this. His coins are, in fact, pretty close. And this may as well have been an even game from the start. It's just going to be a matter of what Gardevoir is going to do from here in order to keep this lead, or what Dr. Doom is going to do to get around the speed of these attacks. Oh, we got a small visual error on Dr. Doom. He's letting it blast. He's pissed. The circuits and whatever armor he's got are breaking down at Gardevoir just fucking whooping him around. Let's be real. Okay, interesting mechanic with this stage. The projectile doesn't die on a solid surface, but in fact just stays there. If Dr. Doom could have figured that out earlier and do something like that, that's what he needs. He's not far behind, percentages are close, coins not so close, but any KO that happens from this point out is going to decide the game one way or another. Gardevoir dropping even more gold on the stage, 130 to 164. Doom is picking up some of the bronze from that little blast move that pins Gardevoir down to the ceiling. All right, it's close. 172, 170, 173, 171. Both final smashes. Dr. Doom misses his final smash? 171 to 175. Gardevoir moves on to the next round. That is shocking. I'll be honest. I would say Dr. Doom had a little bit of a stage advantage there. I mean, he could have gone off the ceiling. He had the full stage to work with. And I don't know, fellas. But moving on from that, we've got Marissa versus Princess Zelda. We've got a magician born on the streets and a magician born to royalty. Actually, what was she technically born on the streets? I think Marissa's just a little bit tomboyish. I think that's really all it is. So I'm still unfamiliar with what these orbs are supposed to... Okay. Alright, thank you. Thank you, Marissa, for showcasing what the orbs do. They do not do a persistent damage. Instead, it is, it's just two little beams whenever you want. Now, with Marissa's last match, Edward did put up a decent threat. In Zelda's last match, well, let's say, let's put it, Zelda was able to trick Magolor, right? The trickster getting tricked by the wise princess, right? Let's put it very nicely like that. Is Zelda able to pull off those kind of tricks on yet another trickster? we'll see in this match as, honestly, again, Zelda is far ahead in coins. Percentages are equal, so the early lead doesn't mean that much. But what it does entail is the fact that Zelda may just be able to hold on to all of these. Her moves are honestly pretty good. Besides getting KO'd there, Zelda is still doing pretty good. And Marissa's gonna need to work that magic to get yet another KO. Because she didn't pick up all the gold, let's be honest. It's a close match. Marissa, a little bit of the underdog here for once. Zelda with just strong moves and big moves. And I think what helps her the most is that her teleport. We've seen a lot of teleports in this tournament so far. A lot of sporadic up special uses. With Zelda, that teleport also damages on startup and end. That is a huge difference. A leg up Zelda may even have against other competitors. As we get down to the last 40 seconds here, Zelda at an incredible lead. Marissa, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're just letting Zelda throw you around. And like I said, with the startup and with the end. Now, it did get Zelda a couple self-destructs in the last match, but she still won. And from the looks of this one, unless Marissa pulls something straight out of her ass last moment, Zelda's gonna win again. No final smash to save her this time. As the winner, by double her coin count, is Zelda. Impressive, impressive. Now, moving on to the third round, or rather third match of round 2, we have Naruto versus Akko. A matchup you could maybe see in the 2010s. Not that anyone would really be pitting these two characters against each other. I couldn't imagine a single person who would be seriously pitting Naruto versus Akko. But here we are. Some 10 years later. When did Little Witch Academia even air? I want to say it was the early 20-somethings. Little Witch Academia release. That's all. That's the only way I know how to say this. What is this? 2015. So it kind of is a year. Oh wait, no, that looks like that was the game. Short film. The second short film. It's been a while. These two series have been out for a while. Akko is doing most of the damage, but Naruto is doing most of the pickup, which does not always bode well. You don't always want to do the pickup. Now, in the case of a former tournament winner, Starfy, sometimes you can just do that if you can just live. Just live. But Naruto may not have that luxury. Naruto is going to have to fight to keep those coins. And it's not even a significant lead. 53 to 49. Come on. Don't kid yourself. Naruto, you're the ninja here. How are you getting comboed by the mage? The mage who is throwing hands. The KO honestly doesn't mean much. This just means that Akko can combo Naruto more easily. I'm a little bit stunned. I didn't realize Akko had this kind of sauce. I mean, right now she's getting tossed around a little bit, but that's just because she's at a high percent. The unfortunate part is because of the delay after her attacks. Her moves start up fast, but they end slow. So she's not able to really react or follow up or chase after many of them. And with this K off the top, that's going to hurt her coin count as Naruto gathers all of them up. We're down to the last 40 seconds. Akko at a pretty big disadvantage, to be honest. Naruto falling off of the bottom blossom early was to his benefit. We've seen that it's a valid strategy in the past. And really, all he needs to do is hold on. If he can keep hitting Akko to keep her from hitting him, you know, basic game. That's Smash Bros. What am I talking about? That's just basic goddamn Smash Bros. Last 12 seconds. Akko, do you have a kill? You have a surprise kill in the bag? Final smash maybe? I don't think so. Oh no, the start KO. The start KO was just too late. The winner is Naruto. Akko was kind of behind in that entire match. Akko was, despite doing so much, she wasn't able to keep up. And speaking of not being able to keep up, we've actually got two fast attackers here. Now, the difference between Homura and Misaka is Misaka has the launch power. She's fast and strong. Misaka can do it. Sans, he just has to do the same thing again. He just has to do it all over again. He is no stranger to repeats. We got another anime girl versus skeleton. Now, when looking at Sans' stats, you have to think of it in different proportions. Because nothing short of a guaranteed kill is going to get him, I say, as he fumbles the recovery. Misaka, I guess, kind of just threw him out of there. But Sans dies early and kills late. He needs to avoid so much more and do so much more just to stay viable. Meanwhile, Misaka, hearing that this guy gets KO'd early, that's music to her ears. Throwing girders, vending machines, shots of lightning, supercharged coins fired like it's out of a railgun. That's just a normal day for her. This is her average day. The guy's just a little bit weaker, honestly. It's looking up. It's looking up for Misaka. Doing what Homura couldn't. If Homura was in this match, maybe it'd be playing out a little differently. But she is not. Sans is here. Misaka is here. Misaka is at 200%, 107 coins. Sans, low percent, 13 coins. Shield broken. I think he just lucked out. Lucky first opponent. Sans does get the kill eventually, but it's not going to do much for her. I mean him. Sorry, I didn't mean to misgender Sans here. Very definitely he, him. Toby Fox is very, very clear about what pronouns which characters use. 48 sources on the Deltarune Wiki. Chris is they, them. I don't know how many sources on the Undertale Wiki. Plus Delta... I'm sorry, what was that move? Misaka, was that really necessary? Are you just showing off for the fans at this point? I guess so, because Sans hasn't been able to do anything. We haven't even seen a single blaster. 12 seconds. I'm just wronging it. We don't need to see the rest. Misaka wins. It's an easy match. And with that, we'll be moving on to the semi-finals. Starting us off, we have Gardevoir, an underdog magus so far, versus Princess Zelda. Proving that Smash Bros. The source material still stays on top. Fan-made, officially made, Zelda is there. If anything, it's more surprising. Zelda's usually the low tier in the Smash Bros. Games. But she's tired of being the low tier here. She's got something to prove. So, as we've seen, Zelda, kind of good anywhere. Gardevoir, good from below. Unfortunately, with Zelda's moves, Gardevoir is going to be sent anywhere but below. I don't think we've seen any good moves aiming down with Gardevoir. Oh, we got a little zap going on there, but let's be honest, that's not doing much. Gardevoir, where's your spark from before? You know what? I just realized they both have the same up tilt. They just wave their hand from above, and it is a simple little magic twirl. Holy shit, is this staging Underpuff reference? Maybe it would be. In a different timeline, maybe it was, Rise. But I think, you know, just maybe it's called a Great Cave Offensive from Kirby Superstar. Might ring a bell. Might be familiar to some people, you know. Not too many played that game, but, you know. But with the match, Gardevoir, the underdog, can only rise so many times, as Zelda is taking a stark lead with nearly 100 coins to the difference. That teleport is doing so much magic for her, because in so many of the past tournaments, we've seen characters use their up special just on a whim because they think it's an option, but it has no attack, it has no hitbox to it. Meanwhile, Zelda, it's good at start and evasion. It's good for everything. You need a move, you use Zelda up special. You recover, up special. You dodge, up special. You combo, up special. Zelda, your side B isn't doing as much good for you. You can do something else. It may just be the end of Gardevoir's rise against their two unlikely opponents. Two unlikely wins before. As Zelda is not playing around. That up smash, devastating. If the top blast zone was any lower, I feel like Gardevoir could have been KO'd twice over. But we're down to the last 17 seconds. Over 100 coins to make the difference. No final smashes in play, and Gardevoir is KO'd. Come on. It's Zelda's game. It's been Zelda's game since the start. So after that match, we now have Naruto versus Misaka. We've got Shogun versus... What would you call that anime? Is it... Let me look this up. Scientific Railgun. 2009 manga. Railgun genre. What do we got here? Anything. Adventure science fiction. Adventure science fiction versus adventure fiction. You couldn't go more than 20 yards back in the 2010s without hearing about either of these characters. Naruto was huge. A certain scientific railgun, not as big, but if you went to the right circles, it was the biggest thing out there. They didn't put Clavier on the prosecutor's stand to contrast Apollo. Nah, they needed Apollo to fill in because Phoenix Wright is playable in this. But they still needed Edgeworth. They still needed Phoenix Wright's his guy. On the match here, it's surprisingly close. Misaka is throwing out a lot of the moves, but it seems like Naruto is just good at the gathering. He's got some moves himself too, sure, yeah, but you don't always need the moves. There's no shame in that. Okay, short-lived visual glitch. A little bonus platform. Naruto, if you just delayed it a little bit, you would have lived that one. He could have lived that instead of just throwing himself away. At this rate, Naruto Final Smash just might come online because Meister is just tearing into him. It's the more you get hit that your Final Smash meter builds up, I believe. She just keeps comboing him. What's the deal here? Oh my goodness. 198 to 66. Naruto is getting put on blast. Naruto needs to go back to whatever training school he went to. Oh wait, okay, the parry didn't mean anything. Naruto, I think you needed like 5 more parries to live that one. Final smash, Naruto. Okay, Misaka, Misaka, what are you doing? It's a little bit, it's kind of close now. Misaka is actually behind. She could have thrown the game if she doesn't do something here. Okay, she did something. She did in fact do something. She fell straight into Naruto's final smash. We all saw. She had full range of movement. She could have moved left. She could have moved right. She could have moved back up. And she just fell straight into it. Took the full brunt of it. Let Naruto get a little sample of winging. And then puts him out of it. With the same combo she used like 3 times. Moving on to the finals is Misaka. But before Naruto can step off the stage, he's got to fight for 3rd place against Gardevoir. A little bit less combo heavy than Misaka, but still competent. If Gardevoir is able to land in one of these lower playing wings and just settle down there, she'll be set. But as for now, it's not like Naruto's a slouch. Naruto made it to the semifinals with something. Like, Naruto beat Akko. And she was doing pretty damn good. It's a matter if Naruto is going to be able to not just get the coins out of Gardevoir, but also pick all of them up. Because of the nature of this stage, there's going to be a lot of coins that are going to fall straight off. And especially, if you self-destruct or get KO'd off the bottom, it's all the more likely that those coins are going to end up on the stage, as opposed to many of the other stages where they'll just go straight up and straight back down. These are platforms. These are all platforms. Right now we got an early, honestly, an early KO on Gardevoir. About a minute 20 seconds in. We're gonna see if that's going to do well for Naruto. If he's gonna be able to get another KO. Or if Gardevoir is gonna live for the rest of the match. Because right now there's gonna be the downtime of Naruto trying to recover. If anything, the more Gardevoir delays this to build up her own econ, and make sure that Naruto gets a little bit more, the better off they're going to be. We're just going to need to... Gardero's going to need to pull out the best of their combo game. While Naruto, same as always. Rasengan, Shadow Clone Jutsu. Throw it all out there. I'm surprised we haven't seen any Nine-Tail Fox form or anything of the sort. Like, you're telling me Naruto, the... what is this? Adult Naruto, teenager... Is he teenager here? He's teenager. You're telling me teenager Naruto doesn't have any kind of transformation going on? Naruto actually get that second KO. And Gardevoir has not gotten a single KO. We're down to the last 30-some seconds. Both competitors at high percents. Both over 100 coins. Final smashes don't seem to be coming online anytime soon, so it is just raw skill to see who will come out on top for third place. for third place. Nothing too exciting here yet. Alright. 118 to 118. Anything. Anything. Tiebreaker. Sudden death. Any move. Naruto perfectly dodging past Gardevoir's up tilt. Right behind her with a back air. And that's all he needed. Third place goes to Naruto. I should have also moved this over. And now, for the finals, we have Zelda, the all-rounder strong fighter. Straight from Smash Bros. With nothing to hold back anymore. And her competitor, Misaka Mikoto. An incredibly strong combo fighter. With great recovery, the only way you're really killing Misaka is an actual straight KO. She's not going off the bottom of the stage. She's not going off the side. The way I see it, Zelda up special. We take it to final destination. Personally, the way I see this, it's depending on how fast and how big Misaka's moves can be, she may be able to squeak past Zelda's range. Otherwise, Zelda is going to be dropping so much out of Misaka. We got science fiction versus pure fantasy here. Like I said, that up special. Misaka is going to live every single time. Zelda is in a coin lead, but that's just because Misaka hasn't gotten the KO yet. I need Ger to reflect now. Maybe if Zelda is just smart enough, we can see it. Personally, I would rather see that. Okay, the up special actually worked against her. She just dropped herself off the stage. I'm looking forward to vending machine reflect, personally. Never doubt the vending machine. Slipping right by Zelda, who's locked into her side special, and she blocks it! The first competitor to block Misaka's fucking railgun. Alright, Misaka recovers, still alive at 115%. The coins are close, which is not what Misaka wants to see. She needs that KO on Zelda. Every moment of downtime that Misaka leaves, Zelda is just going to launch something. Some giant move. Too high! Misaka, that's too high! And Zelda jumps into it! Alright. It's not looking good for Misaka, but Zelda keeps KO. Okay, Zelda keeps KOing herself off the bottom. She is in fact a princess of wisdom to know you can just fall off the stage and keep all of your coins, basically. But Misaka is working for that KO. But it's not happening. Wait, off the bottom again. Misaka is in the lead, but she is at such a high percent. Anything could kill her at this point. She needs to hold on for an entire 45 seconds. Zelda's stalling it out. Zelda's not letting any of her coins go to Misaka. She can't let this go any further. Nearly 200%. Misaka lets out another special move, but it's again too high. They're dodging across each other's attacks. Okay, Zelda's off stage. The neutral game, Misaka gets the first move. She keeps getting that first move in, and that's all she needs to let loose yet another combo. Zelda Final Smash is in play. It's still in play. She doesn't have too many coins now. Honestly, Misaka is in a pretty good lead. Last 10 seconds. Is Zelda going to be able to recover anyway? Did she get too cocky? Did Zelda throw the game? Was up special the wrong play? I think it was. Because the winner of this tournament is Misaka Mikoto. Some crazy matches leading up to that one. I think all my faves are cursed to lose. Maybe not always. There's always next tournament. There's always next time. Because once we've gone through enough of these characters, enough introductory tournaments, we're gonna have all of the reruns. Stay tuned. 17th tournament, that's gonna be the champions. All 16 past winners. And Misaka is going to be there. But until then, stay tuned for the next one.